okay?
Shh. I'm Goldberg. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Okay, we're good. The camera's good. I'm sorry, but listen to those Goldberg chants got to me. You know, with the A+ show, it says the A+ show was so nice, we decided to let the A+ show go first. Because, you know, Raw's okay, but sometimes you need a little switch. You don't always need Raw first. You need a little SmackDown, then you can go ahead back to Raw if anything. So, starting off the night, we had Shane McMahon come out and make a great announcement that within 4 weeks' time, there will be the Elimination Chamber for SmackDown only. I don't know how to feel about this because over the years, SmackDown hasn't done that well with the, really not SmackDown at all. WWE hasn't done well with the Elimination Chamber. The Elimination Chamber to me was only great during the first 3 Elimination Chamber matches. The first 3 was the best ones, hands down. Everyone after that was just bad attempts that just didn't get better. I'm sorry, but WWE, I think you should actually get rid of it unless somehow this year you guys finally step up the excitement. But other than that, the Elimination Chamber. Next up, we had AJ Styles taking on The Miz. Because in the midst of that announcement, AJ Styles and John Cena decided to come out, you know, be who they are and tell each other off. And it led to the point where John Cena instigated a little fight between The Miz and AJ Styles, which led to a match of a no contest at all. The match was good. It showed why I kept saying The Miz really should have a world title shot. It's going to happen. It needs to happen. But for right now, it's slowly building. Nobody win, nobody lost, nobody's push gets hurt. What's funny too, John Cena got attacked. That's why it was a no contest. Pretty much John Cena, since he instigated it, they decided to just throw themselves into John Cena. John Cena decided to interrupt the match. And there you have it. Next up, Nikki and Natalya. I'm not trying to sound wrong about the women wrestling. It's dope. It's dope. But this is one rivalry that I just really don't care about. So I'm going to kind of be quick about this. Natalya was pretty much calling out Nikki, led out to the outside. Where what it was, Natalya was talking crap about the merchandise. Then after that, she got attacked. There you go. Next up, Dean Ambrose taking on Randy Orton. This was a great match for me because I'm a fan of both of them. I've been a fan of Randy Orton since the early days, since he was a legend killer. Dean Ambrose, been a fan since he stepped foot into the WWE with the Shield. Great match, and it ended out with Dean taking a victory over Randy because Randy kept getting distracted with everything going on with Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper, which led to the point that now Randy and Luke just can't get along. They just keep trying to fight each other. They've already strike Bray Wyatt multiple times in the midst of their own little heated argument. So now next week coming soon, which I'm going to watch this because it's going to be dope. Next week, Randy Orton taking on Luke Harper. Who I think is going to win? Randy. I love Luke Harper. I do. But I feel like maybe Luke needs to go his separate way. And that way he can step his game up and actually earn another Intercontinental shot. Or maybe get a world title shot again. He looked good in the Fatal 4-Way. You never know. So we had Jerry Lawler come back after he was just released, like I think a month or two. He came back, hosted the King's Court, another WWE talk show. How many freaking talk shows are we gonna have? You got Miz got a talk show, Edge has a talk show, Christian has a talk show, Edge and Christian got a talk show together. JBL has a talk show, and now Jerry. I'm tired of this. Can we just have one show? If we're going to have all these so-called talk shows on WWE for their gimmicks, why not just have one? And the only one I think maybe should stay around, the Kevin Owens show. I'll give it to Raw. I love that show. Nobody else tops the fact of having an actual human being hold your face sign, right? Hold the sign right on your face. That is the dopest thing ever. I'm sorry, I turned into a fan for 2 seconds. But pretty much, it was good. Jerry Lawler was getting under the skin of Dolph Ziggler. Dolph couldn't take it no more since he wasn't talking much. And it ended up with him super kicking Jerry right in the chest, which is a little bit of a key joke. WWE, a little cruel, dark joke, bringing back the fact that Jerry had a heart attack and Miz kicked him in the chest. So, I mean, not Miz, Dolph, but I don't care. I'm not fixing that one. I'm letting it roll. We're going wild this episode. We're doing it Macho Man status. With a little bit of Ultimate Warrior. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm done. I kind of went a little overboard.
No, your time is up. Get out the screen now.
No, I'm not done yet. I still got more of this show here.
You know what then?
Oh.
And stay off. Alright, everybody. Sorry for that little pissy stuff or testy stuff. Anyway, now it's Raw time featuring yours truly, The Punisher. And so to capitalize a couple of things that went down on Raw and stuff, here's a couple of things that I want to make a comment about rather than running through the whole show. Of course, in the opening segment, it was an okay opening segment though, with Brock coming out here doing his thing, Brock coming out and all those guys and everything. However, my only complaint was I felt it went way too long with one guy coming out after another guy after coming out. And it's like, why can't you just make it when everybody comes out all at once to try to sell what they have to say or do whatever they're trying to do? I feel like the whole opening segment was a little overdone, and it could have just been easily resolved within 5 to 10 minutes. That's it. Instead it ran 15 to 20 minutes. That's a little too long for an opening segment. But anyway, on to some other stuff that occurred, such as the women's division stuff between Charlotte Bayley. I gotta say, this past week completely bored me, and to be very honest with everybody, and disagree with me if you want to, I don't care, I'm saying what I have to say anyway. If they had went at the whole Sasha and Charlotte end of rivalry feud a little bit different, I wouldn't mind having Sasha and Bayley going at it for the women's title with Sasha being the heel. But of course, Vince with this typical of putting the belt right back on Charlotte and all that, and booking wants everybody to feel Charlotte is superior, but doesn't mean you have to agree with it. I mean, they've had Charlotte in the women's title picture for over a year, but yet, what are we doing to promote other people over differently in the scene? It's like we're getting the same thing over and over, and I'm sorry, but Bayley and Charlotte does not phase over me one bit. I'm not invested into that feud. I'm sorry, but if they had went everything a completely different angle, I would appreciate everything more, but the whole thing just killed the women's division for me, my interest in it completely. So, and then we also see the fact that they keep showing repeats of Nia Jax squashing Sasha with the whole leg injury gimmick. It's like, Vince, what is your problem with Sasha Banks that you're not doing more than she is capable of doing? What is your problem with her? She's over with the fans, you see it, but the problem is, why are you doing all this dumb with her every week, getting squashed by Nia week after week? It's like, come on, you know, stop trying to underestimate this woman. Let her do more than what you're making her do on Raw. I mean, I understand it maybe to push Nia Jax, but do something different for once. Anyway, and then of course, here's what I have a problem with. So, we saw the club was just about winning the tag titles and everything when the first ref got knocked out and the second ref came out and counted the pinfall, looking like that the club had won the tag titles, but then the original ref came in there to put the screws to the club, unfortunately, by disqualifying Cesaro and Sheamus because Sheamus accidentally knocked out the ref or did on purpose whatever he did. But instead, unfortunately, the club got robbed of the titles, which, you know, if they were to have more momentum going on into the match and everything, then it would have been so cool if they won the titles, because I wanted them to win the tag titles for months now, but again, WWE dropped the ball with them, of course. And then, unfortunately, lastly, in the main event, we saw a six-man tag between Reigns, Rollins, and Zayn versus Strowman, Jericho. And honestly, it was an okay match and everything. The ending, it had a weak finish where Braun just power slammed Sami Zayn, then 1, 2, 3, that's it. Really, that's how you end a six-man tag match? But then after the match, we saw everybody beating each other down, with Seth taking out Jericho, Owens taking out Reigns with the powerbomb through the announce table, and then Braun being taken out by both Rollins and Roman Reigns. I mean, the ending was cool and everything, but I'm sorry, I was still bored this past Monday night and everything. And I mean, Raw needs to really change its ways around if they want to get fans' interest back in again. But until then, Raw just still could completely be the shit show for me week after week unless they finally do something to change it. So, and apparently if they're going to go back to Steph being a bitch on the show and everything by directing orders or in a negative way against the heels or the faces, whatever you call it and stuff like that, and want to help improve ratings, there's different ways of improving the ratings rather than Steph go around being a witch to everyone. So, But anyway, that's all I gotta say about Raw and everything. So hope you all liked what you saw. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. See you all next week. Believe that.